How's it going, everybody? Welcome along to this year's RSPB Big Garden Birdwatch 2026. On NatureScope, this is our 5th year in a row doing the birdwatch. It's become some sort of tradition at this point. This year I'm going to try and do it on my lunch break, so see how I get on. My name's Adam and welcome to NatureScope. I'm filming this little bit after I've done my birdwatch, so I already know how it went. But for those of you that perhaps don't know, I'll briefly explain what the RSPB's Big Garden Birdwatch is. Every single year, the last weekend of January, the RSPB's Big Garden Birdwatch happens. And what this is basically the RSPB asks you to sit for an hour looking at your local park, your garden, looking out your window and counting every single bird that lands in the area you're looking at. You then upload this data to the Big Garden Birdwatch website, and every single year the RSPB collects this data and it helps them keep trends, lets them know how birds are doing, which ones are doing well, which ones are doing poorly, where they're doing good, where they're doing bad, and then perhaps they can begin to work out why. And if you keep doing this, eventually in 50 years time, 100 years time, you'll have a really good data set over the historical trends of some of these birds. And we might actually see some of them become extinct, some of them begin to rise again. We can work out why. It's what's known as citizen science. So whilst the RSPB do collect some data for this, ultimately it's down to me and it's down to you, the general public, to collect this information. Hundreds of thousands of people take part every single year, so it's a really, really good thing to do. And it helps our wildlife, our British wildlife, here at home. You'll have heard me say it at the start, but this is our 5th year doing the birdwatch now, and each year I try and do it a little bit differently. I've done it in my garden, I've gone out to a local park, I've even done it without leaving the house. And this year I'm going to try and do it on my lunch break. So I get 30 minutes for lunch, so I'm going to spend that 30 minutes walking around the area I'm looking at, seeing what I can see land, and then the next 30 minutes I'm going to go back to work, keep an eye out of the window overlooking the same spot and see if anything else lands whilst I'm working. So enough of the chit chat, let's see what sort of birds I saw. Looking over this scrubland. So what I'm going to do is my first bit of lunch break, I'm going to just do a few laps around it, see what we can see landing in there, and then afterwards I'm going to sit down, do a bit of work and keep an eye on out the window. Really annoyingly, there's loads of birds that are flying, but with the Garden Birdwatch you can only count birds that actually land on the patch that you're looking at. So these seagulls that are flying around don't count. So that's my lunch break done. So for the next 30 minutes I'm actually going to be doing the birdwatch from inside whilst I'm working. So I'm going to be looking over this sort of big patch here, a little bit on those grasslands here. Birds tend to come up to the tables as well looking for crumbs from people eating, but yeah, hopefully we see a few things. Callum's also been out taking part in this year's birdwatch, but he's in his garden. He's set up some seed on the floor close to his feeders. He's put his camera out, so let's see what sort of stuff came to his birdseed. Every single year I try and do something different with the RSPB's Big Garden Birdwatch, and that's because I want to show that this is an accessible form of citizen science. That's science that we, the sort of public, do. You can do this anywhere. I'm doing it at work today. There's no excuses. You can do it from home just by looking out the window. You can do it at your local park. Even if you live in a city, just do it on your balcony. You know, just get out and do it. It's a really, really helpful thing to do, and it's really accessible to everyone. There's so many different ways you can do it. You can do it however it works for you. There's only one problem doing it this way though, and that the birds are distracting me from my work just a little bit. So that's it from this year's Big Garden Birdwatch. What I'll do is I'll quickly show you how to put your results into the RSPB website. Putting in your data into the Big Garden Birdwatch website is really, really easy. Just head on over to the site, put in a few personal details, and then you'll come to this page. You literally just scroll through each of the birds that you saw and put in the number of them that you saw. In this case,
the pied wagtail that I saw wasn't on the list, so I just had to type that in at the bottom. I only had one of those. I also saw 3 wood pigeons, a blackbird and 2 magpies, so not a huge amount of birds, but still a decent number. Once you're done, just head to the bottom, simply click next, and that's it, your data is uploaded.
Another year, another Big Garden Birdwatch video done. I didn't get a huge amount of birds, but what matters is that if I didn't head out, those birds would not have been counted in the RSPB's dataset, so it's really important I did. Even though I didn't get a huge amount of birds, I did manage to get footage of them all though. Another Big Garden Birdwatch video done. If you enjoyed it, leave us a like, it really helps us out. Check out some of our old Big Garden Birdwatch episodes. We've got 5 now, which is absolutely crazy. We've been doing this for 5 years. And subscribe to NatureScope to not miss any more future videos. If the RSPB's Big Garden Birdwatch video is all you watch, then I'll see you next year. And if not, I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.